Okay, so a Switch Lite is where it's just the console. I don't need to worry about taking it up and moving around with it because I really don't care for that. I'm not gonna. I really wouldn't want to take a Switch out of my house. I got my phone. I got all the entertainment I need there, drawing and stuff like that. But yeah, maybe a light version to just sit in the house, and so I can play Zelda and Luigi's Mansion, all that stuff. That sounds good. But again, it's Ratchet and Clank that actually it's the Lombosi that makes me want to get the PS5. Hello everyone, welcome to another Artcast. Tonight we're going to be taking a look at. Let's see if I can get to it. Oh crap! I put it below. I should have just. Yeah, here we go. There we go. Tonight we're going to be taking a look at this piece. This was a commission. I think I did an earlier piece of Gadget and Minnie Mouse in this sort of these sort of belly dancing outfits. But this is same person, and they recommissioned me to do the updated version from the 2016 DuckTales, and of course Paul Rudish's Mickey Mouse cartoons. I don't call it like Mickey Mouse's. What do they call them? Mickey Mouse Shorts, Mickey Mouse Adventures, or something like that. I like to attribute that to Paul Rudish, who has just been instrumental in sort of, well, frankly, reviving Mickey Mouse into somewhat of a, I don't know, just an actual comedic character. Oh, the little thing I did there, that's a little thing I picked up from a tutorial on Twitter. It's where you use blocks to just basically visualize the height and the proportions of a character. It's actually really useful. I used it one time to build a model sheet and break down a character in like, actually you can do that. You can make one of those, use blocks, build up just the shapes of something, and then move those blocks into sort of a perspective, because they will match as you move them. It's actually like a pretty unique technique, and I should use that sometimes a little bit more. Do you do any PC gaming? Yeah, I do lots of PC gaming. I mean, I got tons of Steam games that I could theoretically play. I should just go through a marathon as many as I can, but I just get kind of caught up, and I go to the same well because it's comfort food. Now here's another thing. I will get to this. I recently started to record in OBS. Wants you to record in MKV or something, because if OBS ever shuts down, it can. Oh, hey, Rents, how's it going? If OBS ever shuts down, it can recover those certain files. And it can't do that with Move or MP4s. So I recently started to do that. The only hitch is that when I import it to Lightworks, for some reason, it used to be where I could just drag and drop it, put it all on a timeline, and then slap it together and slap it out the door. Now it has this little black section at the end of each video. So, oh wow, I can get Sonic Mania free on Epic Games, but I think it ends tonight. You know what? Sonic Mania, I think, is only, what is that, like a $15 game? I think I'd rather just, I mean, I don't know how much of it would be going to the developers at this point, but I think I would just kind of, I'll sit back on that one. So yeah, like I was saying, there's this little bit at the end of each video, and I need to take care of that. I did that with a lot of the recent ones. The Hello Nurse, I had to go through and cut it up and edit out those little dead space at the end of each video. I think I may just switch over to back over to MP4s because it's not often that that OBS just shuts down. It was only that one night, and that's when I kind of switched over. And that wasn't even that. That was my computer telling me that it's goofed up and wanted to use an antivirus, a different kind. Sup, Shanghai 20. What's good? Lots of things. Lots of things are good. Lots of things are not so good. But this is looking okay. Oh, I wanted to tell you, I was one technique that I saw on. I just saw, and they decided to use it this time, was to use the grid in order to place the figures in my drawing. It's that simple 3x3 triangles or squares. It's fairly rudimentary. I used to do this in like art classes and in college. Sort of abandoned it because why bother on a digital canvas? You can grab and move your drawings anywhere you want them. But you know what? It is sort of nice to just have that and just kind of plot it out. You'll see me moving these figures around a bit, just to get them in the proper place. I selected the wrong layer right there. I'm grabbing Primal on DVD this weekend, and I'm going to marathon it. You know what? I was watching Bad Movie Beat. I saw on Bad Movie Beatdown. They tweeted out something that was really interesting. He said he was in a store and he saw this exchange between one of the store clerks and one of a older gentleman, and they came in and they said, "Do you have the Mandalorian on DVD, or blue anything, any sort of physical media?" And they had to sort of explain to him that no, Disney is not really releasing any of those shows, and it would be sort of not advantageous if they did. Now think about it; they want you to keep that streaming service up. On the other hand, you'd expect, I don't know, even Disney would want to. I use the word monopolize, but it's pretty much right. But they want to take advantage of people actually wanting the physical media, which is weird because Disney is all about that nowadays. They got the Disney Vault, and it pretty much saved them in the 80s to put all the... what was I going to say? It put all the, the clamshell cases and release those. I think Eisner was against it originally because he thought it cheapened the whole brand of the Disney classics. He liked the idea of, I guess you could still, at that point, still rent movies in theaters. We look at like a movie like Gremlins, and we wonder, why the hell are they showing Snow White in the theaters? Well, I suppose that's what you did, I guess. It was the equivalent of like catching something on cable. Let's see. I'm glad I was able to buy a season pass for Owl House on Google Play. Wait, they were offering a season pass on Google Play? I just have Disney. I have Disney Plus. And I just watch it. I was gonna say that's not even physical media. So, like, what do you have it? Do you have like the original files? I got so pissed at Amazon. I bought. There have been times when at the last minute I get an urge to review something. Like Santa's Apprentice was one of them. I needed some Simpsons episodes. I needed the Flintstones Christmas Carol, and I just was like, whatever. I'll just buy it. I'll just buy it on Amazon. I was expecting, okay, I buy it full price. I expect to, be able to download the files and then burn it onto a disk and have them. RiffTrax is good on that. They'll let you keep anything you buy, and they'll let you keep the original files, and they'll let you burn it to a disk. For movies like their short series that they do, I have a whole DVD somewhere of just RiffTrax shorts. But I expected to do that, and they was like, no, you got to watch them here. You got to watch them here on your computer. It's like, but I bought it. I wanted to be able to download it and then use it in editing. It's like, too bad. And before we move on, I want to move back on to the fact that, let's just finish this off. Netflix is very, very friendly, or very, hospitable about giving you the option of either, buying, re-upping another season of Netflix, or buying something on DVD. You get to watch them on YouTube. Oh, well, whatever. They're accommodable. That's, I guess, one word of saying it. Because again, that's another way of them making money. And it's weird that Disney would leave that on the table, especially when you have an older audience, you have an older member of your audience who would be like, "Hey, I just want to have this. I just want to have it in a collection. I don't like, especially if my internet goes, some people don't have good internet. Some people don't live where there's good internet, and they want to be able to throw something in and watch it. And until, again, that's another reason of leaving that on the table, is that you're not reaching out to your maximum audience unless you want to go through and make sure that everyone's got really good internet. What's this? The R-rated Halloween Town High. Speaking of Disney Plus, they banned kids from half of the Halloween films. Anything adult super. Oh yeah. Yeah, I guess they sort of moved a bunch of their videos, or all their pre-Halloween, all their Halloween stuff is moved to supervised, along with things like Dumbo and stuff like that, which whatever. Hocus Pocus. Now these aren't banned; these are simply they're in the adult supervision section. I was gonna say, I'm really proud of the little detail with their little belly, rings, I guess you'd call it. Minnie Mouse has basically the Mickey Mouse ears, which I guess like her ears, I guess. Although she's usually depicted with a bow, and then Gadget had just like a little bolt. Who is the CEO of Disney nowadays? I have no idea. The other guy just stepped down after he just made money and ran. So I was gonna say, Netflix and Cartoon Network, they're good about making sure that you can find the show anywhere. And then Disney is, of course, edging their bets on making sure that you can't find those shows anywhere else. Which makes me wonder, are they still making Simpsons DVDs? Because they definitely want to make sure that you got DVDs of the Marvel movies. Is Loki not going to be receiving a DVD set to go along with all of your wonderful new, Marvel movie box set? They're eventually going to release a box set that's going to be like $400, and it's going to be all of the Marvel media. To a certain point, they're never going to let that die. Hey, D Gills, how's it going? What was I? Oh yeah, but and another here's this here's between you, me, and the floorboards. Whenever I have to get something off of, like I said, I bought those off of Amazon. I, in theory, I bought the movies. They should be mine forever. But if I ever lose my Amazon account, then I lose those. But between you, me, and the floorboards, I had to find ways of recording the footage. And I've also had to done this with the Disney Plus and a few other series. Now, nowadays they make sure that nothing can be recorded with OBS because OBS is one of the higher end. In my capture card, even recognizes when something is on screen that shouldn't be there. It's got some sort of chip in it. Your PlayStation 4 also asks you to turn off a certain mode if you're going to be watching. Oh yeah, you can't record while you can't record any of your gameplay while you have HDR on, and then you have to shut that off before you use YouTube and stuff like that, or Hulu or Netflix. Now, it doesn't account. There's ways of getting around. For example, you hook one computer up to another, and you use a non, a capture card of dubious nature that doesn't exactly have the chip in it. There was I bought up two of these, and there was a bunch of these. Like they just hit the market. They're like little capture cards that you just plug into the HDMI and then plug into your computer. They're like little Fire Sticks. But I was going to say, it doesn't account for the older versions of OBS, and I have to use that for one of my laptops because one of my laptops will use the the graphics card I have in it, but none of the newer versions. Like this is OBS 26.1, so it won't. This OBS, Hulu will recognize this OBS. Disney Plus will recognize this OBS and not show anything on screen when you try to do window capture. My laptop will totally capture anything. And that's because I think it was made, or OBS was made, before they even designed these websites. So it's like, okay, thank you. Color Theory's channel of channeling. Hey, how's it going? Bob Chipek. Oh, I guess that's right. This pic is giving me big chipettes in the animated film with the boys and girls rock. Oh yeah. I use that. I use that as one of the references. I was like, this reminds me of this. Their little head, their veils don't really make a lot of sense. It makes sense stylistically. Are they attached to their arms? Is her veil connected to her head? I don't know, but it just looks nice. I found out that He-Man, the '03 version, is not available at all, not digitally or on DVD. That's weird. I have a DVD of the Thundercats. I found it in a, what do you call it? A Dollar General. I guess it was like season 1. And I just bought it. It was like $2. Meat Cannon. Hey, are we talking about Meat Cannon? But anyway, that's weird. I wonder why. I wonder if it has anything to do with like the ownership. It's interesting that like She-Ra and I was gonna say She-Ra and He-Ra, She-Ra and He-Man actually can't cross over now. Is my audio going in and out? Okay, Mike. Thanks for making me self-conscious. Let's see. Hey, guys, is there anyone else having trouble with the audio? Okay, well, I'm just gonna keep talking. But that's weird. It must be like a DVD rights issue or something. But anyway, just touching on Meat Cannon. Yeah, I liked his stuff. I was gonna say, what's the original one that like? I think his best one is the Naruto one because that is pretty much just like it's a parody in the truest sense of what he was of the characters. He captured the true spirit of the characters. With Naruto actually like being like, "Ah, oh, you're my best friend, Sasuke," and he's like, "When have I ever, in all the time of me saying I don't want to be around you, made you think like, oh yeah, this guy's my best friend?" I think that's probably his best one. Uh, and then so far all his other ones are kind of like just make it as dark and like gruesome and gritty as he can. Uh, which yeah, it was okay. I'll tell you what I really liked and what's a real damn shame. I'm having a bit of trouble just talking up to Cox being terrible. Nope, it's fine. Okay, so the audio is good for most people? No, just some minor buffering now and then. YouTube is not receiving enough to maintain a smooth stream. Now, I wonder what's going on because I'm kicking out 4,000 KBs right now. So if that's not streaming, I don't know what is. I'll tell you what, I really enjoyed Meat Cannon's review of. Oh wait, he also does Monster something, Monsters in the Neighborhood. That's okay. That one's fine. That was sort of like a good. At least it's original series of his, and what was I gonna say? Oh, yeah, he did. Oh, what was his? What was his movie review? He did like a really fantastic movie review series, and it only lasted 3 episodes. I was hoping he would do more. Uh, Let me look that up real quick. It was Meat Canyon movie reviews. It had like a really like it was a monster host. Monster Lab is one of his other things. But even that one's dark, but okay, here we go. No, come on. Lord S Spookies, as in spooky, S period Pookie, uh horror movie review. He did like The Thing, he did From Beyond, and he did what's the third one? Why isn't it showing the third one? Huh. Weird. Maybe he got a copyright or something. But I thought that was just he had a really good voice. Um, it was a pretty good character design. It was sort of a cycling animation, but it was still good. I thought there is chat lag. What's that mean? But anyway, I would actually prefer if he did a little bit more with that. It seems, yeah. For example, he's always got like 4.8 million on one of his animations. The Bob the Builder one it's got 2.2 million already, and His thing review is barely cracked 150K, which I think is a shame because he actually had a lot of insight with a lot of his movie reviews. And then you've got, I don't know, the Magic School Bus field trip. And then a regrettable Dragon Ball Z video. I just, no. No. Okay, well, actually, I take it back. I do like the James Corden takes over the Ellen show. That one was pretty good, but that was very topical. Funny thing is, since we brought up the audio thing, it's been smooth sailing. Uh, Again, I'm kicking out 400 kbs. YouTube says it's having some trouble, but I think that's just YouTube being YouTube, which means it's being just shitty. Hold on one second. Although YouTube did just reset my little preview window did just reset itself, and I don't know what that's all about. Da, 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 da. God, I had some topics lined up, but we've just been talking about other things. I'm gonna say, yeah, this actually turned out pretty nice. I had some little complications with the coloring, as you might see. Some of the layers got mixed up and away from me, and I was having trouble trying to figure out how to layer the different figure out the different shades and colorings of layers of the veils. Probably copywriting or the weird violence loophole where horror movies are flagged for fake violence. No. I don't know. I mean, other people. Have you watched Scaredy Cats or In Praise of Shadows? Which, by the way, In Praise of Shadows, they just made a basket case video. Well, it's new to me, which is actually like really, really very insightful about what's about that series. And then, of course, you have Scaredy Cats. Scaredy Cats. I gotta send Thought Slime that clip. I wonder if he's seen that before. The clip of Duckman. I was just wandering around. I was thinking of Scaredy Cats. I was just thinking of Duckman with like that cold opening in one episode where he's like talking to a judge. And he's like, and so they hook it up to a car battery and they fry the little sucker. But in like Leprechaun Part 7, we learned that that's a leper clone. And the judge is all like, Mr. Duckman, you've described all of the Leprechaun movies, 3 of the Maniac Cop movies, and just like, what's the point of all this? There we go. You can see I sort of colored on the wrong layer, and am trying to sort of, fix it. Trying to hot fix it. His recent Bob the Builder had some impressive fluid Japanese. I wonder if he got a voice actor. He must have gotten 3 voice actors, which is not out of his... I mean, the man's pulling like about millions of views per video, so it's not out of the question to just go and either hire some people that could do that, or just have someone in his circle who can possibly do just those accents. I mean, not the languages for his videos. But yeah, I would say this one turned out pretty good. Hey, Tuso, how's it going? I like the original Ed, Edd n Eddy Meat Cannon. Yeah, again, I was really excited about his movie reviews. And then then the Naruto one was pretty good. Other than that, I'm just kind of like, yeah. Although we have to admit that that his animation is getting better. No matter what the subject is, his sort of his bit may have gotten a little bit sort of stale with just kind of making things just weird and disturbing as possible. But his animation game has increased oh, exponentially since his first cartoon. And I'm wondering here. I'm gonna look at the credits. I'm wondering if he actually brought anybody in, because what happens is I know that they no, that's a reaction video. I don't care. Here we go. Or yeah, voice actors, Bob. Yeah, he's got links to all the voice actors. Storyboard artists. Okay, so he had someone do storyboard with him. He's got several animators now. Okay, so he's at the point where he can afford to hire on some animators. Which that makes sense. Which makes me wonder which bits are his. Did he do that flying bit at the end of the pardon me. Did he do that flying bit at the end where Bob takes off? Oh, hey, Huey. Let's see. This commissioner must really like belly dancing. I bet he commissioned that one piece using as references. Sure. I don't know. He sort of has commissioned this same sort of piece over and over again. It's like me. For some reason, the only person I could think of to commission was Isis Vanderchill. And so that's just my go-to character for getting commissions whenever someone... I don't get commissions a lot. I usually only do it when someone says, hey, I'm opening commissions. I could really use some. And I'm like, yeah, sure. Draw me Isis Vanderchill. It's sort of a collection now. I think Dr. Woofula got pretty close to being flagged for the Hatchet review. And it was... I don't know who that is, but I know that... yeah, I know that they gotta make sure things... make sure and take precautions. What was I gonna say? I don't think Red Letter Media has any problems with this. Like I said, also, Scaredy Cats. Although there's not a really... He tends to review bad movies. The only one I can think that was explicitly really harsh was when he did the Phantasm review. And there's, of course, the scene where the ball hits someone in the face and then starts gushing blood. Even though you look at that and you kind of laugh because it's like, oh, that's totally an effect. That's an effect. They're holding the ball up to their hands and there's some sort of tube just spitting out like the colored liquid. Yeah, I don't think they have any problems. Can't think of anyone else that has... Who else do I like that does horror reviews? I guess In Praise of Shadows is the only one that I would actually 100% recommend. I miss Isis Vanderchill. She was such a cute character. She showed up in the comics. I know because everyone told me that she shows up there, and I saw it. I don't know if they're going through with the Darkwing reboot. Oh, D. Gill, I didn't mean to make you feel bad about that, and I still thank you so much. Oh, I'm sorry. I think, okay, Grandma made popcorn. I'm just wondering if she burnt it or not. I was like, I smell something burning. She's still hungry? She ate a bunch of stir fry. Oh, sometimes it's useful to drop out the background and see what actual fields of color there are. Does anyone remember Frady Cat the cartoon? You know what? Some Twitter account started posting a bunch of that, and I was wondering what that was all about. It looked like it was maybe like a 1970s cartoon, maybe not mainline Hanna-Barbera, but it looked like it was close to that. One thing I miss about the old review. One thing I miss about your old review style is when you drew the title cards in the style that would have us try and guess the character. I mean, it's fairly obvious sometimes. I think it's always been fairly obvious. It's just kind of where the new, it's kind of like what idea you always get to. Phantasm is a solid late 70s horror movie. Yeah, it's a great late 70s horror movie. And then it sort of evolved into, well, I mean, just watch the Scaredy Cats videos for that. It's, that's what Frady Cat is about? A cartoon where a cat summons his past lives? Huh. Oh, is that the end of it? Yeah, I guess that's it. Let me pop this on. There we go, and then pop this off. Yeah, so anyway, this is the final piece. I think it turned out okay. Minnie Mouse is a little bit, her arm's a little wonky, but then I've seen stills where they sort of have to cheat the model and make her arms longer. She's got that little butt off to the side, which they'd like to add onto her. I also checked about. Yeah, it's about the right proportions. For some reason, the new model of Gadget, they made her legs really short. And I was like, do I raise it up or do I keep it proper to the model? Who knows? So that's just the way I did it. Again, this sort of turned out okay. I don't, obviously not to scale, because Gadget would probably be up to maybe her ankle if it were up to scale. There's nothing too much of him, but it's not awful. I'll have to look and check that out. Well, anyway, that's it for this one.